Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Yvette with Yvette's Junk Journal Shop, and today's video I'm going to show you three tall slender journals that I've created. I had one in my shop not too long ago that I had made, and I liked it so much I went ahead and made three more. So let's go ahead and get a look into these. I'll pull these aside and we'll start with this pink one here. So it's got a jute and sari silk tie on it. It's kind of an orangey color. So there's a lot of champagne color, a little bit of pink on there, a little bit of bling. Label down here with lace. They're all wallpaper covers on there. And I put a little embossing on there, or not embossing, what do they call that? The Nouveau embellishment paste. So I got that on there, a little bit of that. In the front here, I have a pocket made out of this envelope that's been tea-dyed. And then I have an envelope here. I didn't tea-dye this. This is just ink that I put on there. And it's layered up on the outside. Inside it's got a tag, which comes out. There's the tag. And on the back it's got some natural dyed paper. It's avocado paper. So most of the coffee dyed things in here are from my friend Cheryl's. Some of the dyed pages are from her. Some of the dyed pages I've made myself. So that's what we've got in here. The images are all from a home decor book. It's a shabby chic book, and I like the images and thought they went well in here. Did a little stenciling over here. This is from a tear book that I was gifted from Cindy Anderson. She has one in my shop if you're interested in that. It comes in a little booklet and you just tear out the images already layered up for you, ready to go. There's a little flip spot here. I made a pocket over here with a journal card in there. Then over here I just have a little flip spot. This is actually a piece of like rice paper. And then some of Cheryl's pretty paper there, and some of my avocado dyed paper. On the back is a journal card. More of Cheryl's paper there. And I just layered this image up. So this is a good tip for when you're making a journal or you're working in your journal. If there's an image behind that you don't like, you can cover it up. Behind here, this is actually a picture from the book that's like in a bathroom. So there's a sink here, and I didn't like seeing that, so I went ahead and layered that up, and I think it's pretty how it turned out. This is some of my rhododendron dyed paper from rhododendrons that are in my yard. So if you've watched my videos before, you know I live at the Oregon coast and rhododendrons grow naturally here. Mine were not. I do have some wild ones, but the ones in my yard that I picked from, my family every year would get me a rhododendron for Mother's Day. So I have about 15, although I've lived in the same house for about 25 years. We stopped getting them after about 15. So I have about 15 beautiful rhododendrons in my yard. And in Oregon, you don't have to take care of them. They just grow. So that's good because I don't have a green thumb. Here's a little bit of handmade paper in there. Another one of those clusters from Cindy. And then I made a little flip spot here. And that comes up and you can write on the back. And then there's some tea-dyed journaling or ledger paper. I love this image. It's a whole bunch of, I don't know if you can see that very well. It's a whole bunch of little fabric swatches, shabby chic fabric swatches. So I covered the center signature strings with just a couple of tags, like yard sale tags, and decorated them up. And then there's a pocket here, and this folds out, and it has some paper on the inside for you to write your thoughts. Go ahead and slip that back in there. So all three of these journals are similar, but they are a little bit different. This has a paper clip here that comes off. This is a fabric flip. And then there's a spot here with coffee dyed paper that comes out. So if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I like to have like little secret journaling spots in there. Here I've just layered up a belly band, made a little spot there. That's some hand dyed paper. And I like all the different sizes. The rounded corners make it nice and soft, and then the teared edge gives it a little bit of a worn look, so I like to mix that up. Again, if you've watched my channel, you know my style is kind of not really a style, it's just me. So I just add in whatever I think the journal is calling for. So here I had a smaller page, and I didn't want to just do another page with some, you know, like a layering or maybe a journaling spot, because there's a lot over here. So I put this image here, and then on the back I made that into the spot where you can journal. So that's fun too. You can do that with photographs as well. If you have a shorter page in your journal, you can put a photograph on there. There's this. That's the little pink one. I haven't given them names yet. I will have names by the time they are in my shop, but I always put the image of the outside of the journal on there first, so that's what you'll see. So when you go in there, you'll see this. You'll know that's the journal that you're looking for. So let's go ahead and look at this next one. On the front here, it's got a piece of lace that ties around. Down here, I've got a repurposed piece of clothing. And then I have layered up the front with the image. It's got some fabric and a little bit of jute up here. I've got some tea-dyed paper back here. Single signature, of course, all of these are. And then the shiny that you see there is the wallpaper itself. I didn't do anything to that. That's how the wallpaper is. In the front, I have another wallpaper pocket with a piece of my rhododendron dyed paper in there. And then it's got a little saying down here, Bohemian living is about embracing the beauty in imperfection. So I won't show you the imperfections. I'll let you figure out where they're at. So here's a page here. I just put a little bit of lace on there. I thought that went nice with the picture. A little bit of lace up here and some dandelion dyed page there. And then this is more of Cheryl's paper here. A little image from the book. I made a little, tucked this up and made a little spot there. Again, that was kind of covering what was at the bottom of the picture that I didn't like, but I liked the rest of the picture, so that's how I handle that. On the back here, I have a paper clip, and it's just a old-time card. I don't want to take that off and have it a difficult time getting it back on. This one has a little bit of Edith Holden writing on there, on the page tabs. A little image there, tucks into a spot. Oh look, I have a corner in there. Clean it up as we go, right? And wallpaper here on the back. And then I just did this little collage here to kind of decorate up the back of the wallpaper. Up here is a little flip spot. It's got a paper clip. And this is made by Dawn. She gifted that to me, and I thought it went really well in this journal. And then here I've made a pocket out of the tea-dyed paper, and I have this little booklet in here with a couple of little tabs, or tags, sorry. And they each have a bird stamp on them. Little collage here with a wax seal. And then here's a vintage piece of ephemera here. Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad Company. We'll take it. And then on the back I just collaged this up. This was made by Dawn. I think this was made by Dawn, and then I put this on here and did a little hand drawing on there. So Dawn and I met up for lunch one day, and she gifted me a little bag of things to use in my journals, so I did. This is a greeting card that I've lined with the daffodil paper, another one of Cindy's collages there. original piece of ephemera here. And a fabric flip here. This folds out into a journaling spot. And this is a Franken paper or collage paper that I did, and then this is a piece from Dawn that I layered up with a label and put that in a belly band. And then in the back here I have an envelope that I trimmed out with a piece of the wallpaper, and then I put wallpaper on the inside of the envelope so that then I could glue it down on 3 sides and then have another pocket in the back. So here's a piece of the daffodil dyed paper from Shirl's, and then that tucks in here and the little image is seen through the window. And then in the back I just had this little cutout that I thought went nice in there. So that's the back cover, and then these stick out so they kind of look like little tabs when it's closed. So as you can see, a lot of fun going on in that one. And then again, it's got that lace closure that I just wrapped around a couple of times and tied in a bow. So our last one here is a little bit different. So this is a collage. The background again is wallpaper, and then I just put some flowers on here. It's got a little deer on there. It's got a bling, and again single signature on this. So as you can see, each one's just a little bit different, but kind of the same. So this is another Dawn piece here, and then I had this wallpaper. This was a gift from my friend Karen. It was actually a card, and then I cut the rest of the note off and kept that and repurposed the front of the card because it's so pretty. And then here I have some stenciling, and this is tea dyed, or coffee dyed, I'm sorry, stenciling over here. This is Dawn here and here. So you'll see those kind of throughout again here. And then I just layered this up, put a little lace on there. On the back it's got a tuck spot there. This is a Cindy tuck spot. So if you aren't familiar with a tear book, go ahead and check out my channel or my shop, and you'll see it in there. Cindy's got one in there for sale, and they're really fun. I liked using that. I had never used that before, so that was fun to work with. That's a fun image there with some of Shirl's paper. Then I clipped this down here, did a little bit of drawing on there. This is another gift card. Little Edith Holden tab on the edge there. And then I have a little booklet that I layered up with one of Dawn's images, and this is wallpaper, and then there's all different layers here. This is my rhododendron paper, this is Shirl's daffodil paper, and then this is some hand-dyed paper. And that goes into a lace pocket there on the page. This just is a journal card with a plain back on it. This was also from Dawn, and I zhuzhed it up a little with drawing on there. A little bit of Edith Holden there with some lace. So just pretty images, lots of places to write in these. Add your own things, a little stenciling there. So this also would make a great list journal. And here's a vintage postcard. And then there's a pocket. Oh, that's only one pocket on there. Okay, forgot what I did. Then on the back here, I went ahead and trimmed that out in lace as well. So these don't have names yet, like I said, but I will definitely be giving them a name, putting them in the shop, and by the time you see this video, they will be in my shop, available for you to purchase. So again, that's Yvette's Junk Journal Shop on Ko-fi. That's Ko-fi. If you are not interested in anything that I currently have in my shop, but you want to support what I'm doing here and with consigning journals from the other artists, I do have a tip jar in there. Starting at just $5, you can give me a tip, and that helps me with things like packaging and stuff like that, so we can continue to bring you journals from everybody. I'll have videos posted here coming up of a couple of different artists, so I hope you stay tuned for that. I hope you got a lot of inspiration from this, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.